We talked about in the last video about how to embed Polypad inside Desmos, but the sidebar, the side navigation bar, is sometimes a little bit overwhelming. So if you're ready for the next step, you can actually modify the Polypads and be able to kind of take away this navigation bar or just leave a few things on there. So when you go into Polypad, you have things called tiles and file. You will also have to create an account just signing in through Google. I use my school Google. But let's say we wanted just the fraction bars on here. So we only wanted fraction bars. And let's say we wanted students to start with 1 and maybe 0.1. Like maybe we're going to talk about decimals. So we can either do decimals, we can convert to fractions if we want to, and do fractions as well. So if we're looking at equivalence here, maybe we want them to look at something like that. So we want this to be on their original one when they're starting, and we don't want to have to make it into Desmos. We want to kind of save it in Polypad. So once you have the tiles you want right here, you will need to go to File. And right here it tells me I need to sign in. So you need to sign in so you can create a free account. You can do that through Google if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And then you can see on my tiles and my files, I now need to save my untitled Polypad. It looks like my files disappeared. So I probably should have signed in before I did this. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 1/10 over here again, and then I'm going to change to decimals and put the 0.1 over here. So this is what I want. So I'm going to go over to File. I'm going to give it a name. Let's say fraction bars. And I'm going to click Save. And then I'm going to limit what tools students have access to on the navigation bar. And to do that, you just click over here on this little tool belt. And then over here, you can take away the whole sidebar if you want. And that takes away that whole sidebar so they can't add any tiles. But let's say I just want them to have access to the fraction bar. So I just take away all these other ones. It takes a little while to click them off. So I just unclick all of these. It's too bad there's not a faster way to just unclick them all. So you could only put the charts on there. You could only put the spinners. The spinners are in random. And then I just take that away. I click Apply. And then if I look at tiles now, I only have these. Now the thing I haven't been able to figure out how to take away is the games and applications. But if you do take away the whole sidebar, then those are gone as well. So now I'm going to go to File and I'm going to Save. And then right here where this link is, I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And I'm going to click the link. I want the link of it. And then it's copied now to my clipboard, and I'm going to go into my Desmos activity. I'm going to go ahead and create a new slide over here. I'm going to click Polypad, and then just inside the Polypad, like I'm just right inside the Polypad, I click, and then I'm going to click Control or Command V, and it's going to put that Polypad right in there how I saved it. It just automatically does that. So here I have just the fraction bars. You don't see any of the other tiles in there. And then I can go ahead and publish that. So the preview here, you do see just the fraction bars and this games and applications. But that's one way you can modify your Polypads if you're inserting them into Desmos.